first on Guam.
KUAM News, winner of the 2022 Regional Edward R. Murrow Award for Excellence in Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion for the Culture Club.
KUAM News headlines are presented by Calvo's Insurance, protecting Micronesia for 85 years. Matson, celebrating 25 years of commitment to Guam, Micronesia, and the CNMI. Cars Plus Finish Line Express is now open at Cars Plus in Mighty. The state-of-the-art car wash is now open 7 days a week from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. McDonald's of Guam, I'm loving it. And King's Restaurant, serving your local breakfast, lunch, and dinner favorites for over 45 years.
Ahead on KUAM News Primetime.
A senator files an ethics complaint against another senator for failing to recuse himself over a conflict of interest. I'm Mitsuki Hariyama with a report.
From school contraband to the effects of social media, education officials taking advantage of the Easter break to sharpen their safety skills. It's an effort to keep students protected while in the classrooms.
A longtime leader in the government of Guam laid to rest. Over the weekend, many sharing their memories and saying their goodbyes to the late prison director Bob Camacho. I'm Julian Hernandez with the story.
Half a day and good evening. Welcome to KUAM News Primetime. I'm Nick Delgado.
And I'm Destiny Cruz. Thanks so much for starting your week here with us.
A feud at the Guam legislature between two senators from opposite sides of the aisle, Republican Senator Tom Fisher filing an ethics complaint against Democrat Senator Will Parkinson. Fisher alleging Parkinson failed to disclose a conflict of interest and failed to recuse himself when a forged document circulated while senators were in emergency session.
The feud now over participation in the Republican-led resolution senators voted on to establish a special investigative committee. That passed last week during regular session. Mitsuki Hirayama has the story.
Senator Tom Fisher filed an ethics complaint against Senator Will Parkinson for failing to disclose a conflict of interest with a political organization currently under legislative investigation.
What prompted me was an extraordinarily blatant ethical violation by a sitting senator here in the legislature.
The complaint filed last Friday, a day after senators passed Resolution 67, which established a special investigative committee to uncover who forged an amendment accusing Senator Chris Duenas of cutting the teacher pay raises to fund a school repair bill. Fisher contends Parkinson is a member of the organization under investigation, Progressive Democrats of Guam. He says failure to recuse himself from debating and voting on the resolution violates Guam law.
He personally benefits by seeing it fail. He didn't succeed, thank goodness, but that hardly erases his sin of not reporting it, not recusing himself, and not filing a notice of a conflict of interest with the Guam Election Commission.
But Senator Parkinson is denying those claims, saying he has not been a member since 2020. Parkinson also pointing out potential conflicts of interest with other senators.
I'd almost argue if I have to recuse myself, then Chris Duenas and Chris Barnett should have recused themselves as well. Chris Barnett's committee was directly implicated by Julian Jansen, and Chris Duenas himself is the alleged victim in all of this.
Fisher argues Parkinson is still listed as an officer on their Facebook page, identifying him as a member. Meanwhile, the Republican senator recused himself from the Ethics Committee investigation to prevent a conflict of interest as he is a sitting member.
Senator Fisher says the special investigative committee is still forming and they have yet to decide when the first meeting will be. But we will be sure to bring you that coverage then. For now, I'm Mitsuki Hirayama, KUAM News.
After a roller coaster last week, what's next for the controversial billion-dollar medical complex lease for Eagles Field in Lalao, Mangilao? On Friday, Attorney General Douglas Moylan declined to sign, citing legislative appropriation authority that was bypassed. He also rejected a provision that allows a military takeover in the event of a national emergency. Meanwhile, Admiral Benjamin Nicholson has set an April 14 deadline to close the deal, or the military will move on. But in an interview ahead of the release of his decision, Moylan said even if he rejected the deal, it still wasn't over.
The governor of Guam more time. You know, all it takes is somebody making that decision on the other side of the contract, the lessors and the lessees. If the governor feels that there's something that we had an issue with and she wished to address it, she can either request more time from the lessor, or talk to the legislature, work it out, sort of thing.
Today, Admiral Nicholson declined to say if the Navy would extend the deadline or renegotiate the lease. His spokesperson reiterated the Admiral's previous public statement, saying, should the government of Guam decide not to sign the lease, the Department of the Navy will use the land for other mission-critical requirements. The governor's office would only say that the lease remains under review.
The 5 men accused in a deadly stabbing in Dededo will go to trial next month. Defendants Samson Shepsey, Allison Joe, Daryl Itzy, Elson Joe, and Cyrus Mathias appearing before Judge Vernon Perez in Superior Court today. Only defendant Shepsey remains locked up in the Department of Corrections and faces murder charges. His co-actors have since been given plea offers from prosecutors, but no deals signed yet. The 5 were arrested following a deadly stabbing last August that claimed the life of Kieferson Aiken. The killing, caught on camera outside of the Dededo Center, Judge Perez set jury selection for trial to begin on May 18th.
Opioid addiction has taken a heavy toll on communities across the U.S. mainland, and a public hearing was held today on a pair of bills that address what might be a looming new drug crisis for Guam.
But reaction to the measure was mixed. There were questions about who's going to pay for medication to prevent overdose deaths, and does the legislation truly address the real problems? Nestor Lecanto reports.
One bill by Speaker Therese Terlahi establishes an emergency bystander program managed by the Behavioral Health and Wellness Center to make available the powerful opioid antagonist drug naloxone to treat overdoses. Naloxone is now available over the counter, but Pharmacists Association representatives Joanna Mercado and Krista Blankenship say many who need it the most can't afford it.
Will the bystander program be able to offer some relief for those patients who do want to buy over the counter, possibly a coupon or like some kind of $40 off or something like that?
Do we worry about those people that are going to overdose and they don't have insurance? They're buying these drugs on the street.
The measure would also require private health insurance companies to provide naloxone to those who are prescribed opioids. But in written testimony, Calvo Select Care was strongly opposed, noting it should be covered by the millions of dollars Guam received as part of a court settlement with major drug companies. And the company says the mandates would be an expensive double blow to the industry. Meanwhile, a second bill by Senator Tom Fisher would stiffen the sentences for those convicted of distributing the opioid fentanyl to children under 18. But longtime pharmacist Blankenship says that just treats the symptom.
I worked on the reservation in Cherokee, Eastern Band. This is not the answer. The answer is getting the drugs off the street first.
She says to directly address the problem, random drug tests and random drug counts should be done for people who are being prescribed the drugs.
But when you test the people and you count the drugs that they have, so you stop the ones that are selling, because we watch them. We fill the prescriptions that the doctors are writing, and then they go out and they sell it.
Health officials also testified they were generally in support of the bills. Nestor Lecanto, KUAM News.
Guam's public schools on track to get a facelift. 3 bills to help the Guam Department of Education are now law with some tweaks. Governor Leon Guerrero signing Bill 46, which will provide temporary expedited procurement protest procedures for acquisitions funded with American Rescue Plan Act money assigned to GDOE. The governor line item vetoed Bill 32, removing $10 million of the $30 million eyed for school repairs, and Bill 29, which moves up GDOE school state of compliance with health and sanitation rules and regulations to the upcoming school year lapsed into law. Acting GDOE Superintendent Judy Wampat.
Most definitely, it will go a long way because the monies that we identified in ARP are for capital improvement projects, but we do know that there are other needs as well in the school, like other than what we've identified in CIP, and that would definitely go a long way to help the schools as well.
You can view the governor's statements on the education bills on KUAM.com.
Do you feel your child is completely safe whenever you send them to school? It's been a constant question brought up whenever we hear of violent acts occurring at campuses.
Now, public school officials are taking advantage of the time off, teaching getting hands-on safety training amid rising security concerns happening here and across the nation.
School's out for spring break. While public school students are taking the week off, class is in session for staff with the Guam Department of Education. Guam DOE reporting for the first day of a two-day safety training at Tizen High School today. It's a collaboration with several of the island's agencies, like the Guam Police Department, Guam Public Health, and Guam Behavioral Health, to name a few. The training comes after multiple incidents were reported in schools just this year.
We confiscate 5 to 6 vapes a day at a school site.
Eric Santos is a principal at Rahan Middle School.
We really have an issue with social media with kids because even though we try to educate them, everything is evolving with social media, the technology and all that stuff. They have more knowledge about social media and how to circumvent it.
It's education that Terry Napati with Student Support Services said is needed after a student was hit by a car while crossing the street after school.
More recently, an incident that happened over at Antala Middle School in which there was a traffic control concern there.
Experts are now lending their knowledge addressing what to do about students smoking and vaping, managing traffic control, targeted violence on social media, mental health, and streamlining communication to law enforcement, parents, and the larger community.
It's more of a community partnership on how do we support and keep our schools safe from that type of violence.
A community partnership that officials says includes others who may not have children in the public school system.
As a larger scale with our community, we need to be proactive. Okay, we need legislation that actually is going to have teeth to hold people accountable.
The training continues Tuesday at Tizen High. This one step officials hope will keep our youth safe and prepared for the unexpected.
We've got more news in a moment. Plus, you can catch us and all your favorite shows streaming right now on Peacock.
Watch our exclusive local channel now on Peacock by visiting peacocktv.com/local. We've got that QR code for you right on your screen as well. Keep it here to KUAM.
Watch KUAM TV 8 live on Peacock. Check out our live channel NBC shows, live sports original programming, movies, plus so much more. Visit peacocktv.com/local or download the app and subscribe today.
The wait is over, Guam. The all-new state-of-the-art car wash is now open at Cars Plus. Introducing Finish Line Express, open 7 days a week. The all-new cash drive-through car wash is also the largest car wash on island that can accommodate vehicles such as lifted Jeeps and full-size pickup trucks. Just roll up, pick a wash, insert credit card, or show your EverWash app and roll through. Plus, power vacuums are available to clean the interior. Show your vehicle some love today at the all-new car wash at Cars Plus and Mighty. Open from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. 7 days a week.
Mickey D's McCrispy. Formerly known as the Crispy Chicken Sandwich, now has some respect on his name. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Real talk. The Spicy Crispy Chicken Sandwich should have been named Spicy McCrispy from jump. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Welcome back to Primetime. Guam's Blue Ocean Law, led by Julian Uggan, marked a historic victory at the United Nations as they adopted a resolution seeking an advisory opinion from the International Court of Justice.
According to the firm, the adoption of the resolution is the culmination of a 3-year effort by the Republic of Vanuatu to bring the question of climate change before the world's highest court. The resolution seeks clarity from the court on the state's duties to protect the climate system, human rights related to climate-induced harms, and legal consequences for the biggest polluters. Attorney Julian Uggan said the victory is a testament to the vision and leadership of Vanuatu, which has shown tremendous determination in the face of adversity. Just this month, the country suffered not one, but 2 Category 4 cyclones. He adds the promise of climate justice is now closer in reach. Western Interstate Commission for Higher Education, or WICHE, leadership is on Saipan for the first time as the CNMI marks over a decade of partnership with them.
The visit highlights a renewed push to offer reduced tuition for locals wanting to attend schools in the western U.S. Regional correspondent Tomas Manglotnya reports.
It was through their advocacy that we've been able to ensure that we in the Western Pacific are not forgotten.
Students under the Western Interstate Commission for Higher Education pay no more than 150% of in-state tuition at partner schools across the western U.S. Recent data revealed by Wichi leadership visiting Saipan Monday indicated in the last academic year, CNMI undergrads saved a total of $1.3 million. Graduate students saved over $67,000, and health professionals saved over $114,000.
We hope to think about, during this visit, other ways we can partner and expand opportunities for students and families.
Those opportunities led NMI students to schools like the University of Nevada and the University of Hawaii.
The Northern Marianas really was the leader in the Pacific in working with Wichi to extend the organization and the relationship into the Pacific, with Northern Marianas being first, Guam second. Now we also have the Marshall Islands and FSM, and we're waiting to bring in American Samoa.
They're hoping to raise awareness about the program and expand access to higher education.
Of course, we want all of our students graduating from our high schools to come to Northern Marianas College, but we know that we also want to make sure they're taking advantage of many other universities and colleges that are out there.
Tomas Manglonia, KUAM News, Saipan.
The CNMI's iconic Flame Tree Arts Festival could be postponed due to a $25,000 deficit, which is money still owed to vendors from last year's celebration.
The total cost of the festival is typically double that amount after an inaccurate report by a local paper saying the event was set for April was canceled. The new Secretary of the Department of Community and Cultural Affairs, Mary Margaret Sablon, called a press conference to clear the air, saying the festivities will be scaled down, but it won't be completely struck down.
It's been difficult. We all know the situation with the government, and we do want to support our artists. It's a time when they come out and showcase their artwork, and that's very important. They work so hard throughout the whole year.
She's calling on the business community to help out amid the island's fiscal crisis. Well, in other news, do you know how honey is made?
Bees, right?
Okay, and do you know how to test the air quality around you?
I think there's an app for that, Tess.
Well, maybe, but those are a couple of the inventive ideas that participants came up with at the 45th Annual Island-Wide Science Fair. The fair event was held Saturday at the University of Guam Science Building. More than 300 students, grades K through 12, competed in categories such as in energy and invention, chemistry, ecology, and computer science. UOG's Austin Shelton.
Our best to send at least one representative to the International Science and Engineering Fair, where they can go on to get full college scholarships and other incredible prizes.
And taking home the win, John F. Kennedy High sophomore Andrew Kang with his project, Invisible Groundwater Discharge Patterns Across Tumon Bay. Also, GW High junior Angel Payumo with her project, Understanding the Role of Coral Pigmentation in Response to Coral Bleaching.
Honestly, kind of scared. There was a lot of different judges, so I didn't know the standard, but I'm happy I came up first, but my eyes are set high. I'm not content with first here. On one overall, and they represent Guam.
Either way, whatever happens after the science fair, I'm still willing to do these types of experiment or help out high school students or encourage them to step in on the science fair.
The pair will be Guam's representatives at the 2023 International Science and Engineering Fair in Dallas, Texas, set for early May. Now to the farewell happening over the weekend for the late Department of Corrections Director Bob Camacho. Many in the community showing up to pay their final respects.
Julian Hernandez was there speaking with mourners at the funeral, remembering the impact Camacho made during his lifetime.
Robert Camacho, Bob, as many would call him, is laid to rest Saturday. The crowds inside and around the church in Mongmong to remember a passionate and strong leader. His mark is one that many, like former Senator Mary Torres, will never forget.
Not only a well-rounded individual, but a person who also appreciated nature, who photographed nature endlessly and the beauty of people. And that's what I miss about Bob. He was just that kind of a good person. And Guam needs more people like Robert Camacho.
Torres recalled her time working alongside Camacho at the A.B. Wampat International Airport. Others attending gathered to say goodbye and offer condolences to Camacho's loved ones. Bob was a longtime public servant in the government of Guam. It's a time former Governor Felix Camacho recalls, as Bob served during his administration as well.
He's going to be greatly missed. He served well.
Fred Bordalio Jr., a former Guam police chief, knew Bob for more than 12 years.
And we really worked together and collaborated, especially when we were, working on drug cases, especially checking on parolees that are on the island. We're always working as a team and sharing resources. And he was such a great guy.
A great guy who never let the pressures of the job impact the operations he led over the years. Julian Hernandez, KUAM News.
Definitely a leader who will be missed. Again, our condolences to his family.
For now, the governor tapped on Guam Police Major Joe Carbolito to serve as acting prison director and appointed Andrew Atoigui to serve as deputy director.
And now for a look at your world at home. Here's a view captured from the hill at Government House, overlooking the western side of the island.
A beautiful day in paradise. Plus, you can listen to more Chamorro music right now on Isla Digital Radio. Just head over to KUAM.com. Are you up to date with your COVID-19 vaccines and boosters? Getting a COVID-19 vaccine, even after you've recovered from a COVID infection, provides added protection against the virus and protects you from getting seriously ill and being hospitalized. The CDC recommends that all eligible persons stay up to date with their COVID-19 vaccines and boosters per their recommendations. Get the booster for protection. Remember, prevention saves lives.
Let's eat, y'all, let's eat, y'all, let's see if you can keep up with the beat, y'all. Take a seat, y'all, time to feast, y'all. Then let's see what you can really do for me, y'all. Crab legs, dog eggs, bon appetit, y'all. And another round of drinks, can't even speak, though. Can't keep my eyes off this precious cheese, and I thought I saw a wink, was that for me, y'all. SVP, are you gonna be there with me?
KUAM Sports is brought to you by Docomo Pacific. Better together.
Touchdown! Welcome to KUAM Sports. Let's check in with our partners at Clutch Guam.
Here's the final score.
All right, and we'll be right back.
KUAM Sports is brought to you by Docomo Pacific. Better together.
Only Pizza Hut lets you surround your favorite pizza with greatness. The one and only stuffed crust pizza tempts your taste buds with melted cheese stuffed inside that amazing crust. And at just $18.99 with one topping, the stuffed crust pizza is truly irresistible. So grab your slice of pizza perfection with cheesy goodness baked right into the crust. The stuffed crust pizza, just $18.99 with one topping. Only at Pizza Hut, the island's best.
Don't need a work break, keep the smile on your face. The moments you can't replace, and I'll be around. Whoa. You can count on me. You can count on me for life.
Wherever life takes you, we're always here for you. Calvo's Insurance. Count on us for life.
Now for the latest and upcoming events happening on island.
Let's check in with our Jason Salas, who has today's News Bites.
Hafa and thanks guys, and hello Guam. Here's what you need to know about what's happening around our island on today's edition of News Bites. It is time for the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service to let you know that they are looking to hire a maintenance fellow at the Guam National Wildlife Refuge Retidian Unit. It's a paid fellowship contracted for up to a year. You'll receive a weekly living allowance, monthly housing allowance, and health insurance option. The fellow may qualify for a permanent position upon successful completion. Call 355-5096 for more. The governor's office, as well as our friends down at the Department of Public Works, have announced the opportunity for 4 high schoolers to participate in the Pacific Summer Transportation Education Program National Summer Transportation Institute. Whew! It's hosted by our friends at the University of Hawaii at Manoa. Go Rainbows! Go Rainbow Warriors and Rainbow Wahine from June 18th through the 30th, 2023 in Oahu. So it's in the 808. The camp introduces students to transportation careers in STEM through related activities, field trips, and recreational events. Traveling, housing, and accommodation costs are covered. If you would like more, check out eng.hawaii.edu/PACSTEP. Applications are due on April 14th. Please come out and support over 100 businesses and crafters at the Spring Art Craft Bazaar on April 15th to 16th at the top of the Mar from 9 to 3. You do not want to miss this opportunity to see all of the amazing items our island creatives have to offer. Please support local and shop local. It's only $1 admission for adults, or simply donate a single can of dog or cat food for the organizers to donate to a local shelter. And speaking of things to check out, you want to make sure to check out the St. John's School IB Art Exhibition going on until April 20th from 10 in the morning until 8 in the evening at the Lee's Regis Art Gallery over at the Tumon Sands Plaza, of course, down in the island's hospitality capital of Tumon. That is News Bites. We are on the hotspot each and every day, Monday through Friday. Peacock, Facebook, YouTube, KUAM TV8. Back to you guys.
It's birthday wishes time.
Here's your Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club shout-out submitted on KUAM.com.
It's Monday, everybody, the 3rd of April, so happy birthday to Elizabeth Weisenberger, and thank you for always being thoughtful and taking care of everyone that you love. That is a wonderful, wonderful shout out. You are the best, your friends and family say, and we love you. Happy birthday from a very, very proud family. Happy birthday to Elizabeth. Belated birthday wishes going out to Jadison Ray Kitachai Pangilinan. Happiest fruity first birthday to our princess. And may the Lord up above bless you on your very special day and all the days ahead of you. You are loved by each and every one of us. And Shawnea, happy belated 14th birthday, and we hope you have a fantastic day.
Happy birthday to all of you out there celebrating, including our victorious Falon.
Yes, happy birthday, Vic.
That's going to do it for us here on Primetime. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Nick Delgado.
And I'm Destiny Cruz. Stay safe and have a great night.
KUAM News Hotspot is brought to you by Calvo Enterprises, Inc.
Hathade and Tally Ho, we are ready to bring you the hotspot. We, of course, are KUAM, coming to you each and every weekday here at 11 a.m. We're on Peacock, we're on YouTube, we're on Facebook, we're on KUAM TV. What aren't we on these days? Let us know what device you're running and everything, and we'll see if we can make it happen. We probably can, because we so enjoy interacting with you and letting you know what a wonderful place Guam is to live. We have a positive show, as we always do. So, Mr. Daniel in the back, here is the menu for today. Whipping it up, we are going to talk to our friend Josie Moyer, who has worn many hats over the years. She is a creative savant, and now she can add game designer to her ever-expanding LinkedIn profile. We'll talk about her new game, Smash or Pass, for the Guam audience coming up. Later, what is up with the weather? Will it be hot or rainy or hot, or a combination of the two? Brandon Idlet, the older of the twin brothers, the Dingas. Brandon will be coming on the show later, and we'll talk about that. And News Bites, of course, coming up, letting you know everything that is happening around the island and what you need to do. All right, so it is game day here on the Hotspot. We have so much to talk about now. Josie Moyer is a dear, dear friend of the show over here. You may remember her from, she was one of the first bloggers, so she's been writing. She was on Flickr super early, so she's taken pictures, she's taken videos. And now she is a game designer. She has a game called Smash or Pass, which we want you to check out. It's at latitude13games.com. But before that, let's find out from the woman herself here on the KUM couch, Josie Moore. What's up, Jose?
Good morning.
How was that for an intro?
That was wonderful.
Okay, and I know if I got any of those factoids like wrong and everything like that, you'd never let me hear the end of it.
Can you write my LinkedIn profile for me, please?
I would be absolutely happy to, and I would be absolutely delighted to add the fact that you have now added game design. Is that the right game design, game creator?
Game producer?
Okay,
I guess.
that works.
Game designer? That's
okay.
fine.
So a lot of people are talking about this right now because you've been promoting it, you've been telling about it. Your own social network has been all abuzz about Smash or Pass. What is it? Who is it geared for? And most importantly, how did you come up with this idea?
I came up with the idea during lockdown in 2020. As you know, I've been like a freelance designer and writer for the last 10 years or so. And so when COVID hit, all of my contracts and all of my freelance work dried up. And of course, we were all stuck at home. So the idea came to me, and it comes from a place where I like to play games. I like to host friends for card games or whatever. Cards Against Humanity was one, Cranium, board games and stuff like that. So Smash or Pass came as it was inspired by kind of like a would you rather type of question and answer.
Okay, I've seen those TikToks do the duets when they say smash or pass, and which one would you side
but then
with?
it's like would you rather, or and then also I had a podcast. So one of the things was I would make up these random scenarios and ask the guests, like, how would you proceed if you were on a date with someone who started talking about chamorros in a derogatory way.
Very nice. Which is interesting, because I mean, we can say funny haha, but it's also funny ka-ching, because I mean, this is exactly the same use case that Mark Zuckerberg started Facebook with.
So
Would you smash or pass on these very, largely inappropriate pictures of young people at Harvard?
Right. So cards, like positive and negative cards. Positive traits and negative traits. And the basic scenario of the game is you are setting up someone at the table with a date. You draw cards and you're making the best hand that you can. And if your cards are selected as the best date, then that's the smash. And then in the part two, you're trying to sabotage that date. And if it's the worst date, then that's the pass.
That's a pass. Okay.
Yes. So I started in 2020. I wrote out a bunch of little cards.
So this is the Josie Moyer creative process, everybody. I've known Josie for almost half my life and everything like that. This is a miracle to behold.
So there's like these tiny flashcards, and I started writing different people, and some of them are actual people that I know or I've heard of, or friends have dated someone and was telling a story.
So these are either based on real people you know, or they're just general archetypes.
Some, yes. And then some of them are just silly. Like, one of the con cards is you can only eat chorizos pak while you date them.
Let me see that for a second. Okay.
Like, could you
literally there, you can only eat chorizos pak while you date them. I think I've seen this on eHarmony once or twice and everything. Maybe people might have this in their Tinder bio, but you know, hey, whatever floats your boat. Who am I to judge?
So that's how I started.
Okay.
And in 2020, and then in 2021 on my birthday, when we were able to all get together with friends again, I played the game with my friends, and they had a great time, and I started thinking, like, maybe I could just make a few, you know, like make my own game and give it away as a present or something like that. But then around the same time, I saw an ad on Instagram, and it was for GUMA, Guam Unique Merchandise and Art, and it was a call out for
Auntie Monica's program. Monica Guzman, shout out.
And Uncle Cliff.
Yes, and Uncle Cliff, that's right.
And it was a call out for their entrepreneurial program. And I signed up for that just to see what it was about. And then at the end of the program, I mean, they teach you how they teach you the fundamentals of starting a business. They guide you and coach you through writing your own business plan. And at the end of that, if you complete the program and you have a business plan, then you're eligible to pitch your business idea to their Shark Tank. And so I did that. And I made a prototype of my game. So it went from the little flashcards to this old Samsung Galaxy S5 box
nice.
that I used, but I designed a logo and everything. And then I cut.
Why don't you hold it into that camera right there so people get a good look at that. This is how all great products are. Literally, this is a minimum viable product, as we say. Like, this is an MVP.
I'm just saying, this is what I had at home to work with. And then
very low tech, very low maintenance.
Yeah. And so I bought yellow cardstock and white cardstock, and I printed out all of these cards, and I wrote my instructions here. And this was the prototype that I pitched to GUMA Shark Tank. And I was accepted into their incubator program in 2021.
What was the most challenging part of that whole process? Because of course, GUMA, I mean, it's not like we said this so many times during the pandemic. It's not a handout; it's a hand up. They're empowering you with the infrastructure, the knowledge, the wisdom to be able to take your idea and make it an actual business. But you've got financial management, you've got bookkeeping, you've got marketing, you've got resource planning, you've got distribution, everything. What was the hardest for you?
The hardest, I think, was just coming up with, or creative people, they want to just create things. They want to make things. And I mean, I don't speak for all creative people, but I speak for a lot of us. We're not really into the details of business, like the financials, all of that stuff, the management of business. We just want to go out and do what we do.
So I would say you're smashed when it comes to the creative process, but pass when it comes to the budgeting and stuff.
Kinda, yeah. So GUMA, like you said, you don't just go in there and say, hey, I need $1,000, and they just give it to you. They don't give you money, and you have to show in your business plan, you know, like what do you need help with? How can GUMA help you, and what are you asking for in terms of assistance? And it's really such a great program because it's free. It's not very long. It's 16 weeks, but it's really just one Saturday a week. And they're celebrating their 10th year this year. And I heard that their current cohort of in their class it's like over 100 people.
Wow!
So it's more than double what it was when I was in there.
What words of wisdom would you pass down to people who are saying, like, okay, I want to do this too. I may have an idea for a T-shirt or a recipe, or there's a service I want to provide, or, you know, I see an opportunity that I would really, really love to capitalize on, but, like, you know, I don't know where to start.
Then sign up for GUMA. There are two things. Yeah, it's because they will help you. One of the great things about GUMA is that they will help you as you go through the course. They will help you to determine on your own. You'll see it on paper. Is your idea profitable, and is it sustainable? Is it going to go long?
Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. Smash or Pass started out, ladies and gentlemen, as a discarded Samsung Galaxy 5 box that turned into a minimum viable product. We are going to get, during this commercial break, we're going to shift over to our other set. I have a couple of my colleagues with me, Julian Hernandez and Darby Samala, and we are going to play a couple rounds of Smash or Pass. They're going to attempt to set me up on a date. God help them. But stick around because there's good stuff coming up. Josie's game will be on full display, and we let you know why you need to have this on your table when the hotspot continues right here on KUAM. Stay tuned.
Guam's auto appearance specialist, Elegant Reflections, has been providing the automotive industry with professional detailing and car care products at its highest quality, from complete detailing, full interior detailing, exterior detailing, headlamp restoration, hand washing, seat and carpet shampoo, engine degreasing, undercarriage cleaning, paint sealant, fabric protection, paint oxidation removal, and so much more. Visit us at our new location. Call 646-5555 for an appointment. Elegant Reflections, Guam's auto appearance specialist, over 20 years of experience.
Honey, do you want some milk?
Do you ever wonder how your favorite products make their way into your local stores? Most arrive on state-of-the-art Matson vessels that transport containers of food, household items, equipment, and supplies into the islands every week. Because we know that you depend on us, we work closely with our partners to ensure that our shipments arrive on time, all the time, so you can find your favorite products when you need them. We transport the region's most precious cargo that supports successful businesses and promotes a better quality of life for our families. Matson is proud to have been the hometown shipping carrier for Guam, the CNMI, and Micronesia for the past 25 years, and you can count on us to be here for generations to come.
All right, everybody, the hotspot continues and the Lenten season continues, but you know what? No one gave up fun for 40 days and 40 nights. Have some fun and play Smash or Pass. It's the game that everybody is talking about. Josie Moyer is its creator. She made it through the GUMA program. She was telling us about that. And now, Julianne is here from the newsroom. Darby is here from our digital team. And we are going to play a couple rounds of Smash or Pass. And Josie, if you would break down the rules for us, please, ma'am.
Okay, Darby and Julian, you have to draw 3 white cards and 3 yellow cards.
Okay.
The white cards are positive traits, and the yellow cards are negative traits.
And then how many yellow cards?
3 each. Now, using your cards, you're going to create a date for Jason.
Oh, good Lord.
You got to use what you know about Jason, because you
Julian,
want
please.
Jason to pick your cards, because that's how you win the point.
I'll
so,
be nice.
2 positive cards, 2 white cards, and 1 yellow card.
Okay.
And then put them face down, and then pass them to Jason.
Okay, so wait, repeat one more time.
You're going to create a date for Jason.
Okay.
You're going to use 2 white cards and 1 yellow card.
All right.
This is more intense than World Series of Poker, you guys. I gotta say.
All right. I think I got 1.
And then pass them face down over here. I'll
Darby, you can at least take a little bit of time. Hey, here's Jason. She's got to have blue eyes.
And then I'll mix them so he doesn't know who's it. Oh, man.
See, now Julian is a little bit more distinguishing and everything because we both went to Sanchez, so I can tell she's really trying to set me up for success here.
Sure, that's exactly what I'm doing.
Yeah,
She's
or-
really
exactly
concerned. She really wants to set you up on a date.
Yes, that's exactly what I'm trying to do.
Yeah. And of course she is
Yeah.
an outstanding reporter, so she's highly skeptical.
What a great friend she is.
Yes, maybe not
Okay.
after this game.
May I remind you guys who bought acai bowls last week?
All right.
What acai bowl?
So we have 2 dates here, potential matches for Jason
Oh,
Solis.
boy.
And now Jason will turn over each hand, and he
Okay.
will read to the group what his 2 options are.
Okay, and we must add, this is a great game. It's a great game for people of all ages. There are some cards that are a little bit on the spicier side. We don't have these.
No, it's not a good game for people of all ages, Jason.
Oh, okay.
It is an adult party game.
I went to public school. We talked about that kind of stuff all the time. All right, anyway.
No,
Okay.
no, read the white cards first.
Oh,
and
the
then
white
the-
cards first. Well, whoops, I already screwed
Okay.
up. Okay, white cards first. A character from your favorite show. All right. I would consider a...
You got to read the whole thing, Jason.
Okay, a character from your favorite show. Doesn't care about your chat Mac. That is very very virtuous. And a compulsive shoplifter. Wow.
Okay, so that's your option 1.
I know which one of you did this. Compulsive shoplifter, really.
Now your option 2.
Hopefully we don't have a story about compulsive shoplifting tonight on the news. But okay, so
We'll see. The day's young.
white first. We'll pay off your car. Whoever you are, madam, pay off my car. Yes, please. My car loan is still outstanding. Knows you have a crazy family and doesn't care. That's tolerance. That's that's a good trait. Why are you giving me this side eye? Is this yours? Okay, I can't say. Your bestie's longtime crush. That's the wow. That's messed up. You guys want to set me up with my bestie's longtime crush? Okay, again, I went to public school. That's the kind of thing that gets people jumped, all right? All right.
Okay, so now you have two choices. Just keep them, so you have to consider which one is your favorite. Who is the best out of the two?
In terms of the group.
Yes,
I want to
each
say...
group is one.
Sorry, I can't get over the fact that someone would want to set me up with my best friend's longtime crush. That's bro code right there, as we used to say in the 90s.
So you're saying the compulsive shoplifter is your smash?
The compulsive shoplifter is my smash.
So who played...
That may just be like a candy bar, that may be like whatever.
Who played the compulsive shoplifter card?
That was me.
That was you. So
I'm
this
gonna
card
put you
goes
with your
back to Darby.
You would actually set me up with a compulsive shoplifter?
Well, that was the cards that I was dealt with. So.
Literally.
So now, all the other cards are discarded, and then the two positive cards from the smash stay in play. Now, the two of you will play one of your remaining yellow cards to make this the worst. You want to play your worst card because it's now it's the pass. He's got to pick like which is the worst of the two.
Okay.
So remember, it's a character from your favorite show. Doesn't care about your check map.
Darby just told me she wants me to set somebody up who steals things. Is there anything worse than larceny? Okay. Oh, okay. So here's.
Okay.
I also want to add that. Okay. The thing about this too, this is great for Guamanians. If there are any Chamorro words, and there are several, like the word chatmak, Josie's actually put the definition in English and Chamorro. So I mean, the target audience for this game is like almost unlimited, infinite.
Okay. So now you have two new yellow cards. You can read the yellow cards.
Okay. SoundCloud rapper. Really? SoundCloud rapper. Really? I could be a SoundCloud rapper. Whatever. Okay. SoundCloud rapper.
No goals or
no goals or aspirations.
All right.
This is the kind of person like on Twitter, they just put like, okay, tweeting for the first time, how do I do this? That's their first tweet.
Okay, so you're using, these are your two pro cards, right? Character from your favorite show doesn't care about your attack map. Now, who is the worst? Who is your hard pass? Like, no way, I could not. I could never.
I'm not going for anybody without aspirations. You have to at least have some sort of direction.
Yeah.
SoundCloud rapper actually is sounding better and better to me.
At least they have an aspiration and a dream, right?
Yes. And Smasher Pass was your dream, and this is really fun.
Whose card was this?
That was my card.
Ah, that's another point.
Okay, by the way, we're keeping it cleaner, but can I say, Darby, damn! I thought we were cool.
That was just the cards I was dealt with.
Stop using that as a crutch. Okay.
Essentially, that's how you play. And then if you were in a group setting,
this was super fun.
The
and if we had
person to Jason's left would become the next single. And then everybody would put their cards and draw 3 new cards.
no, Darby's coming up next, and I'm coming in hot now.
And that's how you play.
Can you please just say Anne Hathaway? Margot Robbie? Okay. Oh, this was awesome. And how many rounds do we normally do until the vodka runs out?
It's 4 to 8 players.
Okay.
6, I think, is the sweet spot because then you really start to get into like talking, like you start advocating for your cards. Like you start really thinking about it and taking into consideration whether or not you could be with a compulsive shoplifter, which you said you could be. Right?
Yes, and my psychotherapist is on speed dial, by the way. Okay, real quick, you said the word advocate. I actually want to advocate for everybody. Check out this game right now, latitude13games.com. There is also an expansion pack, right? I can give you 30 seconds. Please tell us about the expansion pack.
The expansion pack is 50 cards that you can add to the main deck. And in the expansion pack, there are also some blank cards. So if you have your own idea, you can write your own card out. But if you have an idea for a really cherry card, just go to the website. You can submit it through the form on the contact page. And if your card makes it into the expansion pack, we put your name on it. And we send you a free expansion pack and a discount promo code.
Darby, I am so getting you back, I swear. Okay. Also, you ship worldwide. This is an absolutely perfect gift. And what types of payment do you take right now?
Right now, PayPal, and if you don't have PayPal, you probably have an Amazon shopping account, so you can pay with Amazon payments.
As do I. You know what? Okay, we are all sold on it. Josie, take my money, please. There you go.
I will.
There you go. Okay, so that's Josie Moore, Latitude13Games.com. Smash or pass, everybody. I know I'm going to be playing this. We're going to play this right afterwards. We're even going to take some of the...
There's nothing in here.
No.
There's no money.
You really had to...
You gave it to me.
There's a receipt from the taco I got last night, okay? Talk about outing it. What is up with you girls, man? Did I mention we're live on Peacock, live on Facebook, and live on YouTube?
I care about you so much.
Yes, clearly. Fellow Sanchez Shark, what's up with that, man?
Hey, you know how it goes down there.
Okay, so once again, Latitude13Games.com. Darby, seriously, on a serious tip, Darby, Julian, thank you very much for doing this. We got to play a few more rounds and everything like that. Yeah, now that we know. And Josie, congratulations.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yes, well done.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Guma.
Thank you, Guma.
Yeah.
Auntie Monica, Uncle Cliff, well done producing another winner. All right, stay tuned. More Hotspot right after this.
Get up-to-the-minute news, plus access to alerts, streaming radio, promotions, and more on your mobile device by downloading the KUAM News mobile app, available at the App Store now.
Buenos Zenhafides. As you all know, our islands had a very successful year, and I'd love to hear about all of the progress we've made. Why don't we start with you?
We've helped over 1,200 Guam kids and their families pay for childcare.
And that's over $5.5 million in childcare costs so far. Over 130 after-school and community care programs have received grant funding for programs like swimming.
And cycling.
And soccer. And jiu-jitsu. We've also graduated cohort in our provider certification program at GCC.
And certified over 75 relative care providers.
Looks like we have a message incoming from headquarters.
Hi kids, I just want to say congratulations on all your successes this past year.
Thank you, Governor Liu. We couldn't have done it without you.
Keep up the great work.
He's ready for recess.
This ad is paid for with funds administered by the Department of Public Health and Social Services.
All right, here we are back, everybody. Josie Moore is still here. We are doing News Bites where we tell you everything that's happening around the island. Maybe we can coerce Josie to read one of these. I don't know, we'll see. Okay, but first off, the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service is looking to hire a maintenance fellow at the Guam National Wildlife Refuge up in Ritidian. The paid fellowship position is contracted for up to a year. The fellow will receive a weekly living allowance, monthly housing allowance, and a health insurance option. The fellow may qualify for a permanent position upon successful completion of the fellowship. Call 355-5096 or Ritidian at fws.gov if you have any questions. Up next, the governor's office and DPW announced the opportunity for 4 high schoolers to participate in the Summer Transportation Education Program National Summer Transportation Institute. That's a long title and long opportunities. Sponsored by UH Manoa from June 18th through the 30th in Oahu, so you get to go to the 808. The camp will introduce students to transportation careers in STEM through related activities, field trips, and recreational events. Travel and housing accommodation costs are covered. For more information, to apply online, visit eng.hawaii.edu. By the way, Manoa's campus is absolutely outstanding. Applications are due at 5 p.m. on April the 14th. Come on out and support over 100 local businesses like Josie's and crafters like Josie at the Spring is in the Air Craft Bazaar on April 15th through the 16th at Top of the Mar, that's over on Nimitz Hill, from 9 to 3. Don't miss the opportunity to see all of the amazing items that our island has to offer, like Josie's. Support local, like Josie. Shop local, $1 admission for adults, or simply donate a single can of dog or cat food to donate to a local shelter. Now, Josie, you are our featured guest. Would you mind reading the last one? It's short, by the way.
Make sure to check out St. John's School IB Art Exhibition going on until April 20th from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. at the Lee Regis Gallery in the Tumon Sands Plaza.
Very nice. All right, so lots of things going on. We have a very, very special exhibit that we want to present to you because KUAM had the honor and the privilege of being involved with Special Olympics over the weekend. Real quick commercial break, and then we are going to give you a look at a truly amazing experience that we will never forget. That's coming up next.
The wait is over, Guam. The all-new state-of-the-art car wash is now open at Cars Plus. Introducing Finish Line Express, open 7 days a week. The all-new cashless drive-through car wash is also the largest car wash on island that can accommodate vehicles such as lifted Jeeps and full-size pickup trucks. Just roll up, pick a wash, insert credit card, or show your EverWash app and roll through. Plus, power vacuums are available to clean the interior. Show your vehicle some love today at the all-new car wash at Cars Plus in Mighty. Open from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. 7 days a week.
All right, here we are. Now, Special Olympics Guam returned for the first time in 3 years to the Ukadu High track and field up in Dedido this past weekend. So many people have come up to us in the days, Josie, since then, and they said, thank you, KUAM, for showing up. The honor was truly, truly ours. It is an organization that we absolutely support with all of our hearts. It was an unbelievable, amazing exhibition of sportsmanship, of the Special Olympic spirit, and it was absolutely incredible. Here is a look at some of the amazing competition and sportsmanship.
We win. But if I cannot win, let me be brave in the attempt. Viva Special Olympics!
Hey, nice job, bro. You too.